What's up YouTube, this is TechX here today and I'm showing you how to make this animation from scratch in Blender 2.76b. So let's get started. Okay, close down this and let's reload our startup file. Now take your block and press SX9 enter. Now drag it up so that's about here. Now we need to go to the particle section, so click these particles and then click new. Now go to our modifier and click add modifier, explode. Now we can go back to our particles and mess with these. I'm going to make mine start at frame 5 and end at frame 100. I'm going to make the lifetime of them 100 so that they last the whole animation. And I'm going to make the normal 0, but I'm going to make the z-axis 2 and the x-axis 1. What this does is it pops it out instead of it just randomly falling. Now what we can do is we can go down to here and drag out this panel so that we can see everything. Now go down to here and click none. That'll get rid of all the showing particles so that you don't have to see those. Now what we can do is we can press tab on the cube and go into subdivide, then make number of cuts 100. Now you can press tab again. Now here in the number, click 100,000. That's how many particles will be flying off. Now down here, go to your texture, click new. Now here at image or movie, click it and change it to blend. So far, let's see how our animation looks. It seems pretty good. It looks kind of funky and it's not getting rid of everything, but that's just because it's our first time playing it through. When it renders, it'll look good, and if you play it a couple times through and then play it, it will look better. Now we need a surface for them to land on. So let's create a plane and let's scale it up and drag it down a little. Now here in this physics section, click it and go to collision. Make the particle damping thing 1 factor, then make this one 0.7. Now let's play it. As you can see, it's now landing on the surface of the plane. It's pretty glitchy the first time through also, but again, when it renders, it'll look nice. Let's wait for the second time through so that we can see when it actually looks nice to see how it looks. Let's go back to the beginning and see how it looks. See, this time it looks much nicer and it's not as glitchy. Let's go back to the beginning. We want our frames to end at number 110 so that you can see all the particles on the ground afterwards for 10 frames. Now we need to set up our camera view. Go to where you want your camera to look. Play it to make sure it looks nice from there. I like it here. Go back to the beginning and press Control Alt 0. And now your camera magically jumps there. Scale it up a little more if you have open areas on it. Now what we can do is we can defuse our object, so click the material. I'm going to make mine kind of pinkish. It kind of stands out in something like this. and I'm going to make it emit 1. I'm just going to make it emit 1. Then click on our lamp and make its energy, I'm going to say 10. Let's see how this looks in rendered. Seems pretty good. But as you can see, there's a large shadow, so let's move up our plane a little. Zoom out so that you can select it. Or over here, click plane. And make it so it's just right underneath. Now let's look at it and render it again. It still needs to come up some more. Going to look at the view. This seems pretty good still. So now in rendered mode, it's too tough to keep the rendered and to play it, but you can play it and then pause it to see where you are in it, to make sure that everything is looking nice. So I'm actually just going to go down here and move it to frame 58 and see how it looks. It seems to be pretty good. So I need to render it now, so let's go to this image. I like to save mine as an XVID, and then you choose your file location. I'm going to make mine my desktop and accept. So you can see that it looks a little different. Some of the particles are a little different. You can just mess with that in the particle section, because that one actually took me about an hour to tweak out to perfection. But otherwise it seems pretty good. So now let's render this and render animation. And it'll render like this for, it depends on how much animation you have, but in this one it seems like it would render for maybe 15 minutes. I'm going to stop the tutorial here though. I hope you liked it. Like, subscribe, share, and watch more videos.